Hi guys, so I figured I'd just make a theme out of coming here and talking about magical creatures, fantasy creatures, and things while I draw. I'm not going to do the time lapse on this one because it's a short little drawing and it's a whole thing. So anyway, I drew this little picture of ravens with horns, and I'm going to put it up here because of the ring light. But I started thinking about like why me and a lot of other artists like to put antlers on birds. So I went and looked whether or not it was an actual fantasy creature or not. It is not. The closest thing I could find is a peregrine, which is actually my last video on here, is about me drawing peregrines. And I think I'm going to continue to draw peregrines because I really like them. But so I went and started looking at the symbolism behind antlers, and what I could find was that it's known as a symbol of power, and it's also known as a symbol for rebirth and regrowth because deers obviously shed their antlers and then regrow them, and it symbolizes rebirth and regrowth. However, the other thing that I found that was also really interesting is that a lot of the symbolism behind antlers comes from the horned god, which is a Celtic deity known as Cernunnos, and he was the god of like rebirth and fertility and birth and all of that stuff. But Christians decided to come along and twist that into the image of Satan, because that is why Satan is pictured with horns, so it became death instead of life and rebirth. And Cernunnos is usually pictured as a man with antlers. So even though the devil is normally depicted as having horns, the other thing you'll see is that the devil is depicted as having antlers. And it is so interesting to me that just because one religion is prejudice over another one, that they turn an entire symbolism of a god that is a good sign of good things, not bad things, turns it into something bad. So anyway, that is what I found about antlers, and I'm sharing it with you because I felt like doing so. So anyway, that is all for today, and that is my little sketch, and I might make stickers out of that. So if you want one, let me know in the comments so that I can actually make them, because I might not, I don't know. But if there's a want for it, I will. Anyway, that's it for today on my little fantasy creature tour of the day.